So here we are in Desert Canyons. We are going to give you a full vlog tour of this wonderful neighborhood right near the Arizona border. You want to just give a little overview of what it is?
For sure. So we're in Desert Canyon, and in the last 6 years, this area has just boomed. So it's been around probably a good 15 years, but the 6 years, you see all this development and this new park that we're by.
Yeah, so let's go check it out. We're going to show you not only a bunch of different homes, but also what sort of retail is close to here. So all of that good stuff, retail, schools, everything that you need to know if you want to live here in Desert Canyons in St. George, Utah. So here we are, we're in a very new construction part of Desert Canyon. So do you want to talk about a little bit about this neighborhood? Like what's going on in here? A lot of stuff happening.
I can talk about it. We're close to the airport. In fact, we're probably just a mile from the airport. This is a great community. Lots of varied homes. Lots of varied homes in this area. Beautiful area.
Yeah, I mean, it's these directly behind us, they seem to be quite large, and then obviously like all throughout you're getting all different sizes, all different like numbers of bedrooms. We'll visit, there's an elementary school right over there, and then we'll also visit the high school that they're building, and then there's a charter school out here as well. So there's just a lot of stuff happening out here, so much stuff happening. We're right by the Arizona border. Probably like 5 minutes, would you say?
I think even closer.
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
3.
So yeah, it's the kind where like if you have a car that goes by satellite, then it'll sometimes think you're on Pacific Coast time. So yeah, it's really close. So we just wanted to show you, we're right next to Desert Canyons Elementary School. This is the public school that serves this particular area. Of course, you don't necessarily have to go to. A lot of people in this area, they of course would go here, but there's other schools like up closer towards central St. George, you know, whether you're interested in a different charter school or like a language immersion school. There's lots of language immersion schools in this area. So it's not necessarily, you don't necessarily have to go here, but it's really nice to have it just right here.
It's convenient. Yep.
Yes.
And just 2 miles up the road from here is a charter school. So
yeah, we'll show you the charter school as well, just to show you how convenient it is. And then just this particular street we're on, we just wanted, so we'll show you some B-roll. I think the builders have done a really good job of like making every house look kind of different, so it doesn't have that super master planned feel.
Or that cookie cutter. Yeah, it looks great out here. So you get your sense of styles.
Yeah, and then there's also a lot of homes that have 3-car garages or RV garages, because obviously, you know, a big reason why people come out here is the great outdoors, right?
Sporting enthusiasts. Yes, so 3-car garages helps you house your boats and your bikes and all those kind of things that people love in St. George.
Yeah. So before we continue, let's just introduce ourselves. My name's Courtney Dazan.
And I'm Sue Walterman.
And we are licensed real estate agents here in the state of Utah. And if you are thinking about moving out here to St. George or the surrounding areas, don't forget to call or text that number right there. That is a cell phone. Call or text, or you can email, and we can get you started on finding that perfect home for you. We are part of a team that has more than 40 years of experience here in Utah. So call that number or text that number to get started. So here we are, we're kind of in like the older part of Desert Canyons right now. So this is, you know, about 10 years old, you were saying?
10 years, 2014.
Yeah, and then you were saying this before, you know, so much stuff started growing up around it. It was like kind of really far out, and it used to be, quote, cheaper.
It seemed like it was quite far, but now that the airport's here, it's not far at all.
Yeah, and it is interesting though. I mean, you still are about 10 minutes away from like town, I would say. But I mean, there's so much going on around here and so much being built. It's like only a matter of time before because now there's like a stretch of land in between, right? It's only a matter of time before it's nothing in between except for commercial.
Exactly.
Okay, so here we are. We just wanted to show you kind of like where Desert Canyons is. So we're like right by Southern Parkway, and then we'll show you, like you have to kind of drive on Southern Parkway for a little bit to get here. And then right off exit 7, and then we're right by Sidecar Cafe, kind of like the only restaurant really that's like in your immediate vicinity.
Right.
And then we're about, like, I would say, I don't know, 15 minutes from Walmart, like the nearest.
Probably.
Yeah, like the nearest like true commercial center. I mean, they are, we'll drive by like where they are building like a grocery store and stuff, but like at this moment, there's not like that much out there. But like as we were saying, like it's just continuous building, right? So Sue's trying to convince me to go to Sidecar right now because a new sushi place actually opened at the mall and she doesn't want to go.
Yes, I have to build myself up for sushi, but I feel like Sidecar.
But I actually ate more because you told me you didn't want to do sushi, so I was like, oh, I'll just eat a bigger breakfast. I'm not even hungry.
Then we'll pass.
Yeah.
That means the next time she has to buy.
No, true. So as we're leaving the Desert Canyons Commercial Center, obviously just a very small commercial center is what we were saying, but it's interesting because you have a little cafe and then the coffee shop and there's a little convenience store in there. And we were talking to the woman that I don't know if she owns it, but she was working there. She was just telling us, because she's been in Desert Canyons for 10 years, just how much she loves the neighborhood, just what a great neighborhood it is, how the neighbors are all her friends, how in Halloween, you know, there's like, she says 300 kids come to their house, there's people there doing cotton candy, people giving away wine to the adults. So yeah, she's just saying how much she loves the neighborhood and just what a close-knit neighborhood it is. So yeah, it was really cool to hear her perspective of what it's like to live out here. So we just passed by the airport just to show you how close it is. We're about 5 minutes from Desert Canyons. The airport, while still very small, and it's been in that location for about 11 years, like what Sue was saying, it's definitely getting busier and busier. I don't know, Sue, do you want to say anything about the airport?
It's serviced by SkyWest. SkyWest Airlines, that's local airlines in St. George. And United, it's switched to United and Delta that come out of here. So lots of connections. There's a connection out of Salt Lake. You could make a connection out of Phoenix, Colorado, and LA.
Yeah, and fun fact, Sue, you were a flight attendant, right?
For SkyWest Airlines, I was.
And just a little reminder, don't forget to subscribe to this channel because we've got our boots on the ground. We're showing you what it's like to really live here. Not only are we doing vlog tours like this tour, but we do driving tours. We're always on the ground finding out what the new construction is because not a lot of the new construction is actually advertised. So subscribe to this channel so you know exactly what's going on in St. George, Utah. So here we are, we're by one of the newest parks here in Desert Canyons. A lot of new construction homes around here. And also, so our friend that we met in the convenience store, we're getting all of our information from her. She said that there is such good mountain biking, specifically starting right here, actually. So the state championships for mountain biking for high school are actually here.
It is. And then across the highway over here is that mountain biking.
Yeah, so yeah, it's really cool. Obviously, this community, like we just keep reiterating, it's just growing, getting bigger and bigger. And we're going to show you also, you know, as we get closer into town, meaning like the center of St. George, how close you are to, like, you want to go to Walmart? We can show like how close Walmart is. Some of the other schools besides the Desert Canyons Elementary School, and we'll head by the new high school that's going up around here too. Let's do it. So just a note real quick on new construction, if you do decide to purchase new construction, obviously we would love to represent you. However, if you don't choose us, we still would highly recommend that you work with an agent because you have to remember that builders are representing themselves. You always want someone who's reading the fine print for you, who's looking out for you. I mean, I've actually heard horror stories from people that have bought new construction, you know, in other states. Like, for example, we have a friend that bought a new construction in another state. He didn't get an inspection. He just went with the builder, and actually his pipes burst within 6 months. So, you know, you've got to have somebody who's looking out for your best interest and who knows the industry. So that's just something to know. And just to give you a little bit more of a flavor of just Desert Canyons itself, we're just coming out of the Desert Cove community. Not that the names of each community even matters. But yeah, just the Desert Cove community in Desert Canyons down here right by the Arizona border. So here we are, we're right by the Career and Technical High School that is literally being constructed as we speak. It's right by Desert Canyons, not even 5 minutes. And you said it's opening, right? This upcoming school year.
This fall.
Yeah, so they're taking applications. So that's very exciting. A lot of people have been talking about this for a really long time. So that's really cool. So we're right next. So we told you about a charter school, a charter elementary school. We're right next to it right now. It's Freedom Preparatory Academy. So it's actually not in Desert Canyons. It's about, what would you say, like 10 minutes away?
Probably 10 minutes.
Yeah, so we're actually in Desert Color, which is a completely different community. We actually have a video about Desert Color. I'll link to it at the end that Sue and I did. So this is Desert Color is another big master plan community. Lots of new construction. But yeah, this is just another option for schooling if you are interested in charter schools.
And what's great about this charter school too is they have a bus system.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So as we're driving towards Walmart, we actually just passed Hot Shot Golfs, which is a fun little place to go. Even if you're not a golfer, like Sue and I, our families, we've actually gone together And Sue was saying that they're actually planning on building something else fun that's right there. One other thing to know, if you are coming here with a family and you are thinking about school and you're thinking about Desert Canyons, also near Desert Canyons is Bloomington Elementary. Bloomington is a much older neighborhood, but the elementary school there actually has a Mandarin immersion program. So there's actually quite a few good choices for schools right near Desert Canyons. And then just to show you just how close you are, at least at the time of this recording, to Desert Canyon, to a commercial center, is Walmart. This is kind of like the biggest commercial center, about 15 minutes from Desert Canyons, but obviously there's lots of plans for lots more stuff coming in. But if you were to move in today, this would kind of be like the first real grocery store, I would say, that you have access to.
This is your first stop.
And remember, we are licensed real estate agents here in the state of Utah, so if you are thinking about moving out here to this beautiful jewel in the American Southwest, don't forget to call or text the number right there or email us.